Hi friends, welcome to my channel Wealth Management by Falguni. Today the topic that we are discussing is about the new NFO that is coming up, and this is with SBI Energy Fund. So there is a lot of hype that has been created regarding SBI Energy Fund. So we need to understand why we should go into this fund and what are the advantages that this fund is having. So basically, I do not focus much on the NFO part unless there is really something very different. Most of the NFOs that come across, it's like a old wine in a new bottle. So unless there is a substantial difference in an NFO, basically I don't suggest my clients or my customers to go for an NFO. There may be a mutual fund house which is launching a blue chip fund, but there are many more blue chip funds that are already available in the market. So at that point of time, there is no justification to go for an NFO which is dealing again with the blue chip fund. So it is better to go for the established player. So having said that, we are going to discuss about this energy fund. uh, this is really different. This is really different. Means I spent around 22 years in wealth management, and after that, I have seen that this fund is truly different and comes up with a huge potential. So it will be my urge, and after the video, you will also get a feeling that yeah, this is a fund that we should go into. Now, see, the world is talking about energy. The world is talking about solar. The world is talking about hydrogen. So these are the things that are coming into the picture right now. So even if you talk about the investment pattern, the pattern that they are following is almost like a bubble type pattern. The fund is going to invest in the traditional energy stocks as well as in the new energy stocks. So that is a way of balancing out. So if I talk about the risk appetite, so obviously the risk is going to minimize when we try to invest both in the traditional as well as in the new companies that are coming up in the energy sector. And secondly, this is a fund which is mainly going to invest in anything that is related to energy. So maybe it may be a production, it may be a distribution, it may be a transportation. So anything regarding oil, natural gas, all these type of companies, this fund is going to invest into. Now, if you talk about the last 3 or 4 years that has happened in the energy sector, there is not a substantial rise. So even if the stocks that these fund is going to select, most of the stocks will be available maybe under the undervaluation part. So if you talk about the current market scenario, in most of the cases, if I talk about the small cap fund, there is a huge overvaluation that has happened in the market. But the best advantage of this fund is the category that it has selected. The stocks that is going to select, most of the stocks will be undervalued. So obviously you are going to get these stocks at a much lower price in comparison to the other sectors that are available right now at a much higher price. So this is one of the best thing that you can do. The second thing is that right now there is not a single mutual fund which has come up with such a unique investment pattern. So obviously there is a diversification that needs to be done. So if anybody is having a stock exposure or a fund exposure or a sector exposure, maybe in the FMCG sector or in the banking sector, I would suggest please come out, or at least try to minimize your exposure in the FMCG, in the banking sector, so which are already facing a lot of challenges. So if I talk about the benefits or the advantage or the edge that the bank used to get 2 years back, it's not getting the same right now, because whatever income the bank was trying to generate, that has been divided across other sectors. So for example, the NBFC, those have also come into the picture. So it's very difficult to generate a huge revenue or net revenue from the current situation that these banks as well as these FMCGs are going through. So it's better to allocate some fund. In case you are not able to go for a fresh fund, it's better to allocate some fund from your FMCG sector or maybe from the banking and invest into this energy sector. uh, India, see, right now, India is among the top three nations. If I talk about the energy, and if I talk about the economy, it's going to be among the top three, maybe by 2025 or 2030 or 2050. Sorry, 2050. So that is the time horizon that we are talking. Now there is a huge scope for the use of this energy sector, not only in India but across the globe. So there will be a huge possibility, there will be a huge gain in the coming months. And it's always better to invest in these stocks when the stocks are mostly undervalued or there is a huge scope for growth. So once this fund comes into the picture, you will see that there are many mutual fund houses that are coming for with the same type of or the same pattern of fund. But at that point of time, that the difficulty that you will be facing is you will be getting the same stocks at a much higher rate. So this is the right time, I feel, to go for an allocation. At least if I talk about your total portfolio, 5 to 7% should be allocated right now into the energy sector. That is my thought. This is all about me, and happy investing. And trust me, if you invest in a particular fashion, what I always say is it's a scientific process, it's not a gamble. So stay invested. If I talk about the Indian equity market, there is a huge potential in the Indian equity market. Don't make your life complicated by going into cryptocurrency, these that. It's not required basically. Simply stick to the basic principles, and obviously whatever your goal is, that you can achieve it. Bye for now, and again I will be back with my new video. Thank you, and if you like, please subscribe and please give a like. Thank you. Thank you.